Hi guys. So like I was saying, after a few drinks, I was supposed to get into action. It was hard. These guys literally they really did everything on me. They did all the nasty things that you could ever think about. I remember they made their dog make out with me. They made me sleep with their dog. It was a really big dog. All these men were penetrating me like in every place that you can imagine, every place that you can think about. I remember at some point I stopped feeling the pain and I could just feel blood coming out of different parts of my body because it was too much. I remember one of them asking me to open my mouth, like barking at me, shouting at me like, open your mouth. And they put something in my mouth that was like a ball, so they would like open my mouth and then stick it inside to keep my mouth, I don't know, maybe they were trying to close my mouth so that I'm not able to shout or something like that. And I remember one of them coming and pulling it out and pooping right in my mouth. And oh god, it was disgusting. I remember I vomited. Even after I had vomited, these guys forced me to eat my vomit. It was just so disgusting. I don't really wish it on anybody else. They did all the nasty things on me. They penetrated me in all the holes. I remember feeling my ass bleeding. I just felt like it felt like I had bruises everywhere on my body, honestly. I remember the rich man that I had met before, the one who had brought me here. I remember he told one of the guys to throw me in the water, like throw me off the boat into the water, and they did. And then after, they picked me up and they covered me with what looked like a towel. And then at around 4 in the morning, they drove me back to my room. You people, I was in shock. I couldn't speak. I couldn't say anything to anybody. I just wanted to be alone. I had the money. They gave me the money. And at this point, I was not even thinking about this money. When I got to my room, I was smelling filthy. Like, I was smelling a mixture of feces, urine, vomit. Like, these guys were doing all these disgusting things on me. They were urinating in my mouth. They were pooping in my mouth. They were doing everything nasty to me. And at around 9 in the morning, my friend came to my room to see me. And I told her everything. I was crying. I was shaking. And do you know what she told me? She told me, oh, you'll be fine. That is Dubai. That is what happens. Just cheer up a little bit. You will get used. You will get used to this kind of situation. And then I remembered that day before I went to meet these guys, I saw my friend getting on a certain boat and leaving. Yeah, we were somewhere, and then she told me she had to go somewhere, and I saw her getting on a boat. So maybe this is what she was also doing. But to my surprise, she was literally okay with it. She never for once felt sorry for me. She never felt like this was strange. To her, this was life in Dubai. I know my friend is going to see this, but I want her to know that she literally destroyed me. How I wish she had told me in details what was literally going to happen to me, because right now I'm broken. I cannot tell you how many times I think of suicide in a day. I hate myself. I don't know if I'll even ever bear children because I don't think I'm worthy. I close my eyes and all I can see is what those men put me through. When I'm in a silent place, I end up making noise and crying. I don't know what is going on with me, but that is how I feel. Now, to the girls that want everything without working for it, this is another story to show you all that life is not about that. It's not that serious. Like, let us stop taking life so serious. Whatever you have, if you're able to see another day, it's enough. If you're healthy enough to see another day, it's enough. A lot of you girls have been in my inbox asking me for contacts in Dubai. Like, really, I'm trying to show you all how difficult these things are, and the first thing someone will tell me is, can you please So when we entered, the lady welcomed us, and then she told us, there are several rooms in this room. Each one of you should pick a room and go in there, and there you will be instructed on what you're here to do. So yeah, we went in separate rooms. I really don't know what happened in other people's rooms, but the room I entered into had a lady that was also in a towel, like all the other ladies that were in the sitting room, And then when I reached, she was so happy. She looked old, like 50 and above. And then she told me, oh, you're welcome. What a good choice. You're so beautiful, and I think you will do this well. So she tells me, for starters, you can remove your clothes and come sit next to me. You people, you should have seen the shock that was on my face. I was so shocked. I was like, undress. She was like, well, that's what I've told you to do. For some reason, when I entered, the door was locked, because I remember trying to touch it to get out and I couldn't. She told me, no one is going to save you. You accepted to come, and so you're going to do what you're supposed to do. Immediately, I knelt down and I begged her. I told her, please, you look like you also have children. I'm a young girl. My parents don't know that I'm doing this. Please help me. Please don't do anything to me. So she told me, look around. And when I looked around, there were cameras in every corner in this room. She told me, all those cameras are going to be recording our action. You have no idea how much money you're going to. So she removed her clothes and she came right next to me and she tapped my shoulders and told me, your life could change just with you accepting this kind of job. Your life could change. This girl, did you see the girl that brought you all? I'm like, yes. She was like, that girl has worked with us for years and she has money that you could all dream of having. But we told her to stay at Chambogo to help you people also get rich. So she helps us scout you guys, and then you come and work and we change your lives. She removed her towel and she sat down and opened her legs. The shock, you people. And she told me, but don't mind, I'm your fellow woman. You're not going to do a lot. I'm just going to need you to use your tongue, use your mouth, and then maybe your hands a little bit, and that will be it. As long as the camera records, you hurry up and do it chap so that you can go. I didn't. I cried. I told her, I can't do this, madam. Please forgive me. And then she told me, I can forgive you, but the problem is my bosses cannot forgive us, because this is what I'm supposed to be doing with you. And what am I going to tell them? I told her, please find something to tell them, but I'm not going to be able to do this with you. So she told me, okay, you can just come and, we hug, we hold ourselves, and that will be it. I'll not give you details of what happened, you people. But I want you to know that none of us was allowed to walk out without doing anything. We were literally forced. We were like 12 girls and we were all forced. Part 3 of the shocker. So after me pleading with this lady, asking her not to do anything with me, asking her to please let me go and that I'll not say anything. So she told me, I asked her, how much money are you even going to give us? Because you're making us do things that I don't think are even legal. And then she told me, oh, you want to reason with us? Do you want to talk about the law? Do you really think you would win if we went there? Then I'm like, no, I'm just trying to ask. Then she told me, it depends on the activities you're able to do, but each activity that you participate in or each video that you record, you're going to be paid 2 million. Few people, the money was appetizing, especially the fact that I was in school. And you know, when you're at campus, you're trying to get any money you can get here and there. And this looks like yummy money. But the things I was supposed to do in order to get it were disgusting. They were sickening. Man, these ladies actually looked bad. They looked really, really terrible. But you know, we had to do what we went to do. So yeah, we went ahead and we did it. They actually didn't let us go that day. I remember we returned. In fact, I remember waking up the following day at around 2. And I was at the gate to my hostel. I just found myself standing there. And then I went straight to my hostel. I had 2 roommates who were 3 in a room. So the 2 of them had not gone because we had said that let me go and see what happens. And maybe they could go next time. So I went back. I was crying. I was crying. I was just frustrated. So they kept asking me, how did it go? What happened? We've been calling your number and it was off. Is everything okay? Did everything go well? How much money did you get? You know, such questions. So I remembered that by the time I passed out or whatever happened to me, I hadn't even received any money. So I had no idea how much money I had or anything like that. So I was wearing a cross bag around my shoulders. And then I opened it. I removed it and opened it. I was looking for my phone. I opened the bag and it had a brown envelope. You people, my lip is sick. I don't even know why I keep getting pimples around my lip. Yeah, so I opened my bag. There's a brown envelope, pakachi or brown, whatever you people may choose to call it. Don't come for me. So opening the envelope, you people, I had 10 million in that envelope. 10 million. I counted it with my friends and they were stunned. Remember, I had not yet told them what I did, what the job was. So I counted the money with my friends and it was 10 million. They were so happy, but I looked sad. So they kept telling me, what is wrong? What is going on? What happened? What did you do? What did you do to get this money? And then I ended up telling them whatever had happened. There is a girl that has been at Chambogo University for close to 7 years. And when I say my story, hopefully one of you can also speak up and let people know what is going on at Chambogo University, and for the students to be careful, because I'm sure this is happening in many other different universities. During my time at Chambogo University, after one of our lectures, there is a girl that came right in front and explained and said the following. Hi everyone, there is an opportunity for you all to work, and if you want to work, I have the registration forms here. You come and register and you will start working as soon as possible. So of course, you know how curious university students are. Wow, we went around this girl. Each one of us wanted to work. We were all asking her questions and she was answering them. However, not many knew what was going on. She said, when you finish filling in the form, she hands you 50,000, which is like something to show that, hey, once you start working with us for real, the money is there, you know. So we got excited. She said they were going to pick us in the evening time after like all the lectures. And yeah, that is exactly what happened. After we were done with our lectures in the evening, they came in a car that I remember was a super custom. They came and picked me up from my hostel, picked other people from their hostels. They called each one of us and they told us that we were going to start working that very day. So that is how we ended up in that. After we got into this car, we headed off. We were heading that side of Boyogere because that is the last place I remember I could recognize. And at some point, we became unconscious and we had no idea where we were headed to. The car had windows that were tinted. At this point, all the mirrors were put up so that we couldn't see outside. I remember the road was so bumpy and we drove for a really long distance. Also, we were not allowed to talk to anybody, like even to each other. And they also took our phones as soon as we got to the car. They took away our phones. So now we reached our destination. It was a house. It was a very beautiful home, very huge as well. And their fence was really, really high to the extent that we would not see anything outside. So they welcomed us. A certain lady got out of the house. She had tied a towel around herself and she welcomed us. She was like, "Oh, young girls, you're welcome. We hope you enjoy it." We didn't know what we were here to do. Nobody briefed us in the car. Nobody told us what we were going to do. What we knew was we were desperate university students that needed to make some money. This lady showed us the way into the house and we entered. The first thing that caught my attention as soon as we got into the house, it was only women. Caught me right, women only. And also, the people that they had brought to work were only girls. So there was no boy involved. It was just the girls. And the people we had met in this home were only women. Also, old women, like 50 years and above. They were all seated in what looked like a sitting room. They all had towels around them. They looked like they were from maybe steam or sauna or massage, something like that. And so this guy tells us, "Sit down and we shall brief you."